Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Virgo. If Virgo is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, Virgo, let's get going. And so we have the Three of Discs, or pentacles, coins, whichever you like to call it. So this is equated to the energy of work. I know, every time I get this card, I think of that song, the Iggy Azalea song from back in the day. So this is like within the realm of Virgo's mastery, right? We're in the discs, which has everything to do with the earth element, right? And so, yeah, this is about the work. Probably in the physical world. Okay, and now it can be self-work, it can be psychic work, these higher places of thinking or interior or ultra, cosmic or whatever. But usually the discs are about our mundane world, the Malkuthian kingdom, right? The physical, the waking life. All right, so we're going to lift this up and take a look and see. Now, I want to tell you, I appreciate you so much for deciding to click on this reading. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome back. I'm so happy to see you again. And yeah, let's get started. So the first thing I see is this person standing on a boat that looks like a mermaid. So it kind of reminds me of those old ships, right? With the mermaid, the front of the ship has the head, the torso and the upper body and the face, and the back kind of a tail. So we have the head up here, here's the body of the ship, and here's the tail. Now, we also have a person standing here, right up there. You can see the head, the body, and interestingly, this one looks like the ship is going to the left, right? And that is going towards the past, trying to move back into old things, where the person is facing towards the right, towards the future. So I feel like there's really an energy of things just pulling you back into your, reminiscing. Maybe you are like, what is it called? When you just romanticize, you forget about all the bad. We've all done this when we've broken up with people, or even, family members that we stopped talking to. And then you get some space between you, some time passes, and you start to think back, and you can only really remember a lot of the good things, right? This is why we go in cycles of breaking up and getting back together with certain people in our lives, right? And so I feel like for you, though, it's like this pull backwards, and you're like, nah, I do not want to go reminiscing. I do not want to go looking, digging through the rubble of the old to find that one little gem in there, right? No, I see you wanting to move forward. And now as we turn this, we have a person standing here. You can see the head. It almost reminds me of like the crone archetype, that is the older woman, right? Wrapped up in a shawl or something like this, and holding a heart. Holding it right out there for everyone to see. Now we also have a heart right here. So I feel like there really is this love, right? And you are wanting to move towards that light, right? This new beginning, this enriched life that you have been working so hard to obtain, really. And look at this. We have a person praying right here. You can see the head. Here's the body on the knees there. And so I feel like this is really a point in time where it's like you're praying for that fortification. You're praying for that resolve, that clear mind, that clarity, right? Like, I don't want to go back, even though I know it's going to feel comfortable, at least at first, right? That initial moment of getting back together and everything. Oh, we've conquered the world. We've come back to each other. Everything is going to be great this time. And then, you know, the days go on and we start to slip back into old behaviors, right? Or they do, or we both do. And things start to remind you of, why did I move forward? Why did I leave this situation, right? And so I feel like the temptation is there, right? The want is there. The desire is there. But you have this other part of your mind that is saying, please, please, I get down on my knees and I pray that you keep your head straight, that you do not succumb to that. It's like a pull. It's just that little stirring in your mind. And you start to think, oh, this time will be different. This time we'll figure it out. Well, I don't know. I don't think so. I'm just going to be real with you. I don't think so. And if you know anything about me or the channel, if you've been here to see readings over time or whatever, I am very big in telling people, well, not telling, but just, you know, expressing that I am not one to support going back. I mean, even when you start to think about, like, oh, my ex from high school, I'm going to go look on Facebook and see how they're doing. Just let it go. Don't crawl back into that place. Even if you have you're just curious, right? You have no plan, no desire to, like, go back to getting into a relationship or getting to know each other, or even, you know, ever talking again. But here you are, kind of, you know, and we've all done it. We've all done it. We've all looked, right? But what a mental trap that becomes. You know, best case scenario, what? You see them and they're doing poorly and you think, ha, I made the right choice. Or what? They're doing great. I feel wonderful for them. I'm happy for them. You hope, right? But then, you know, it's like planting that little seed of discontent, that little seed of discord, right? And so I really, really plead with you, and also because I'm a Virgo, I'm going to say this to myself as well. Do not succumb to nostalgia. Do not succumb to, well, loneliness or the feeling of, like, I just want to be I want to rekindle something that I feel like I lost, or, you know, whatever. Be discerning. And wait, right? I always say, if you are angry and you're going to send a text, or you're, like, in the comment section on some social media, including YouTube, right? And you have, like, a little quip, or you're ready to just go off on somebody, wait 3 days. I know it seems like a long time, but listen, if you type out your comment and put it in, like, your notes, or, you know, whatever Android has, put it there, save it, and if in 3 days you still feel like posting that thing or making that joke or getting real angry and, you know, going off on somebody, then go ahead and do it. But I guarantee that after 20 minutes, after you shut that thing off and you walk away and you do something else, you are not going to feel the same way. You might have the same, you know, feeling, ideas about whatever, but you're not going to feel as angry, right? It will subside. So it is when we are nostalgic, right? Give it, not 3 days, give it a week. Give it a week before you go ahead and do that thing. Before you look them up, before you Google their name or you start asking around about them or whatever. Give it a week. And if in a week you still are interested in finding whoever this is, or getting in contact with whoever this is, or finally answering all the text messages they've been sending you or whatever, if in a week, 7 days, you still feel the same, then go ahead. But don't do it before that. Okay? And if you're really, truly a Virgo, get that pro and con sheet out. You know we love lists. You know that we love going through, you know, reasons, yes, no, and yeah, work it out. Work it out. Keep that list. Look at it over and over again until hopefully you're just like, I don't even care anymore, you know? All right, so let's keep going. Let's see what else is going on here. So it looks like we have a little house here, you can see, and kind of this cool, it reminds me of like on Zelda or something, this like kind of little cabin with this straw, what's it called? Roof, right? The mats that are up there and it's all, yeah, kind of cool, kind of cool. Now we have the number 91 right here. Also the number 2. And we have somebody up here you can see standing kind of like if they were building the roof of the house. Okay, and you can see the person right here. Here's the head. Let me get a little closer. Here's the head. Here's the body kind of arched. The back is arched. Arm is upwards. And it looks like they're kind of stuffing something into the roof there. So fixing, right? Fixing the roof. Getting those, the holes repaired or where something kind of came loose or whatever it is. So yeah, this is very much in that discs energy because the house, our house, is the ultimate symbol of our place here in the physical world. It is home base, right? Now, I know not everybody is living in a home. Not everybody is living the same way. We all have different ideas of what a home means. And so this is applicable to wherever you call home, whatever you envision that to be. And really, I feel we have the heart right here next to where they're building. So I really feel like this is an era of your life where you are working on getting your home, your domestic situation really, like, I feel like streamlined, right? But also creating room within your schedule, within your life, within even your home, maybe decluttering, opening things up a little bit, maybe, you know, changing some of the colors in your house, just bringing in a different, and it feels more open, like a vastness opening up. And not in like a sad way, not in the melancholy, like the infinite vast nothing. No, like cleaning out the living room And all you have left in there are like, you know, the furniture that's supposed to be there, not, you know, like all the toys and books piled up and pop cans and plates everywhere, you know what I'm saying. Cleaned out, and it feels nice and open, and there's room to move around, and you can see the floor again, and you know, all of that. So I feel like really it's like you're creating this environment where you can love, where you can grow, where you can focus on that forward movement. And I do feel like love is one of the big themes of this year. Now, we're Virgo, so love is always on our mind in some capacity. It doesn't always have to be romantic, but I do feel like this year there will be some kind of entanglement for you. Now, that's not to say it's going to be the most involved relationship, although it could be. Maybe this is something that is leading to marriage, to union. Maybe not. Maybe this is just kind of a dalliance. Maybe this is a flirtation that it has like a heavy crush attached to it. And you are kind of dwelling in that beautiful soft light of love, right? Love growing. And whatever it is, I feel like this is going to be one of the things that really makes this next cycle of time quite enjoyable, right? Now, as Virgos, we're also very aware that things don't always last forever. And as much as we enjoy the courtship, the flirtation, the, you know, finally realizing this connection, in the back of our head, there's always kind of like, well, how is this actually going to go? What is this actually going to look like in a year? You know, and we are definitely that person, Virgo, that like we'll go on like, you know, 3 dates. We'll be talking to somebody for a few weeks, and, you know, immediately it's like, well, what do you looking for? What's your intention here? You know, like I want it all laid out, right? And some people might feel like that's just, we really are pushy, or we lay it on thick, or, you know, whatever. But the reality is we want to know what's up. We want to know how to plan for the future here, right? And so I do feel like, you know, it's like you gotta try your best to not get into that too far into the future, not too far into the past, just the now. Trying to enjoy the thing for what it is, right? Instead of like putting all these pressures on the situation and on yourself. That's the big thing. Pressuring yourself to maybe go faster than you want to, or maybe, you know, maybe there are times where you're like, well, I got to slow my roll. I got to take it easy. I don't want to say this to them. They might think I'm like coming on too strong or whatever, but also allowing yourself to just be who you are, right? You want to say I love you? Say I love you. I don't know if that's going to be great after one date, but no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, just allowing yourself to feel how you feel. Express yourself how you want to. Okay, so we also have, it looks like the word Leo, probably. L-E-O. So we have a Leo. And we have two people. One looks like maybe the emperor, and this one over here, you can see here's the robe, the crown. And over here we have, it looks like, here's the body, here's an arm up, here's an arm kind of down. Then we have the serpent behind, and here's the face. Okay, so this almost feels like the Hierophant to me. And all of this really does make sense because we are moving into the Lunar New Year, which is on the 29th where I'm at, next Wednesday. And we're going from the year of the dragon into the year of the serpent. Okay, so right there. And I feel that there is this real necessity, let me just say necessity, to celebrate this shifting in cycle, to set your intentions, to do your magics. If you have something, to have your appeals ready, your offerings ready, all of that. You know, you might be somebody like me where I try to celebrate and honor as many holidays, feasts, sacred days, you know, both of religion and occult doings, and also my own, right? I have my own things that I've created, my own holidays and feasts and things. So not always getting to it, right? There are plenty of times where I'm like, okay, I know this, it's the eve of the solstice, it's the, you know, it's the eve or day of, the festival day of, whatever it is, like May Day or something. And of course I have the intention to really, really do something beautiful and wonderful and moving and enjoy my time. And then life happens, right? Sometimes we forget the full moon. Sometimes we see the full moon and we think, oh, I gotta put a bowl of water out or something. And then you say, maybe I'll just go to bed. You know? And it's like, well, I'll get you next time, right? This one, however, I feel is going to be quite important for us Virgos, this next cycle. So let's do something to honor it, right? And whatever that is for you, however you like to celebrate, however you like to mark an occasion, go ahead, do that thing. Now, and I have to show this. I was trying to move on. But yes, let me talk about these characters really quick. So we have the Emperor and the Hierophant, who is the High Priest, conducting the ceremonies, right? The initiations. Now, the Emperor, that energy going into this next cycle is all about you in this leadership role. You have a resolve, right? And you are focused on ruling your kingdom. And I believe that in relation to love, and maybe with a Leo person, I feel like you're going to have such a bountiful year. Now we have a person up here who has a hold of a snake. You can see here's the body and the arm out, and here's the snake. So that tells me that you are going to have such a command in this next year cycle. Okay, lunar year cycle. And I see you really going places. I see you really doing the dang thing that you've been dreaming of doing. And not only that, having a little bit of love and excitement in the air as well. So everything kind of coming together. Now we have another heart. Another heart. So many hearts. And then we have, it looks like it says nag, N-A-G. I have to say, Virgo, I'm not trying to disparage us, but we are really good at nagging. I know this. I grew up with Virgos. I am a Virgo. We have such a sharp tongue, and also we don't, it's like a dog with a bone. We're not going to let it go until we are done, until we feel like you understand, right? Do you understand me? Yes, you better, right? So I feel like a lot of this, it really has to do with old relationships, not just romantic. I feel like a lot of it is with family. You have these ideas about yourself that you have been kind of stuck with because people have said those things to you. Oh, you complain too much. Oh, you're so uptight. Oh, you're always like, you want to know everything. You can't just let people, do things how they want to do them or whatever, right? And then we internalize these kind of stereotypes, not just as a Virgo, but just being a difficult person, right? An overly involved person or whatever it is. And we spend a lot of our lives trying to change the way that we behave, the way that we feel, the way that stuff manifests from us, what manifests from us, which is all important, right? We are here to engage in, like a refinement of self, a development, a human development, a self-evolution, absolutely. But at some point, you have to stop and think, have I lived a day recently where I wasn't thinking about how I had to change something about myself? Oh, I'm too loud. Oh, I don't say enough. Oh, these people, they're nice to my face, but I don't think they like me. Maybe if I wore the same kind of clothes, or maybe if I made a little bit more money, or maybe I need to lose some weight, or, whatever it is. And we all do it. This is not just a Virgo thing. We live in a world that is telling us constantly, you're not good enough. You need to change something. And once you conquer that, we'll give you something else that you need to change. And it never, ever ends unless you stop it. At least try to have moments, have days where you just accept things for what they are. You accept yourself for what you are in this moment. And so, yeah, sometimes we're going to be difficult. Sometimes we're going to be nosy. Sometimes we're going to be overbearing. Sometimes, we're going to be too much for somebody. Or at least they say that or, whatever. But you're not too much. You're not too much. Say it with me. You're not too much, Virgo. You're perfect how you are. Now, of course, nothing's in a fixed state, so we are always changing. And yes, of course, it's important to do that change with intention. But it's also important to practice acceptance. And through that acceptance and that processing and integration, that's how we evolve. That's how we change, transform, go through our metamorphosis. And so that's also what this cycle is about. But dang, can we nag? Yes. You can ask my daughter. Even my husband. Shout out to my husband over at Dove and Serpent Tarot. My husband, Paul. He is a saint. He's very patient. He has 3 actually with the cat because she's also very bossy. Very vocal women in his life. My daughter, myself, and the cat. If we want something, if we don't like something, if we whatever, you're going to hear about it. We are not shy from that. So he is. But he would tell you, yeah, sometimes I can get to a nagging. All right, let's see. We're going to do 3 lucky numbers. Okay, we have number 64. Number 64. 84. 64, 84, and 84 again. Okay, let's do another one. One more. 25. There we go, 25. Wonderful, wonderful. Now we're going to end with our self-care affirmation cards. I'm going to flip through. I'm going to stop where it feels right. And it says, Feast of Gratitude. We were just talking about feasts. and holidays and, you know, things to celebrate. I savor the sweet moments of life. I taste the beauty of my days, and my stomach is full of gratitude for every moment. Full of gratitude for every moment. Beautiful. All right. All right. Well, Virgo, I want to tell you I love you because I do, and I thank you for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. And if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. Also, if you want to leave a comment, I'd love to hear from you. All right, other than that, I'm going to say again, I love you, I love you, I love you. Take care of yourself. We're going to talk in a few days. And good night.